Welcome to CARICOMP Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
A network of 7 million people across the UK can now prove they're old enough to buy a drink without ever showing their face. Not a photo ID, not a selfie, not even their name. Just a QR code on their phone that says one word: yes. That might sound like a small thing. It isn't. If you've ever handed your driver's license to a bartender, a cashier, or a website pop-up, you gave away your full name, your date of birth, your address, and your photo just to prove a single fact. That trade-off has been baked into how identity works for decades. And if that's ever made you uneasy, that unease is well placed. Because every time your face gets compared to a photo ID at a counter or a checkout, that's another moment your biometric data is floating in someone else's hands. What's shifting right now is the entire architecture underneath age verification. Who does the matching, how many times it happens, and whether your face ever needs to leave your phone again. So what does a system look like when the face check happens once and then disappears? The demonstration that made this real happened at the 2026 Global Age Assurance Standards Summit. Two independent identity providers, Yoti and Lucidity, showed that their digital ID apps could verify a person's age across each other's systems, not through a shared database, not by passing photos back and forth, through something called a zero-knowledge proof. A zero-knowledge proof, or ZKP, is a cryptographic method that lets you prove a fact about yourself without revealing anything else. In this case, the only fact is this person meets the age threshold. Yes or no? That's all the business receives. No birth date, no photo, no document scan. Just a single binary answer, sealed with a digital signature from a trusted certification authority. So where does the face come in? It comes in exactly once, at the beginning. When you first set up your digital ID, the provider verifies your identity against a government document. That's where the biometric match happens. Your face is compared to your passport or license photo, your age is confirmed, and a cryptographic credential is issued to your phone. After that moment, the facial comparison is done. Every future verification just checks the math on that credential, not your face. The article's own analogy puts this in sharp focus. Traditional age verification works like a bouncer at every bar in every neighborhood, each one eyeballing your ID and deciding for themselves whether your face matches the photo. This new model works more like a passport system. One trusted authority verifies you once, stamps a credential, and any business anywhere can confirm that credential's authenticity without repeating the facial comparison. The trust moves from the bouncer's eyes to a digital signature. Now, a lot of people, including professionals who work in identity verification every day, assume that as AI gets better at facial recognition, we'll see more facial matching, not less. That assumption makes sense on the surface. Accuracy has improved dramatically, so why wouldn't the industry double down? But interoperability architectures built on cryptographic proofs and data minimization actually push in the opposite direction. They reduce the need for facial comparison at the point of sale or the point of entry. The comparison gets compressed into one moment, credential issuance, and then it's never repeated. For anyone who's worried about their face being scanned every time they walk into a store or open an app, that's a meaningful change. Your biometric data stays upstream, locked at the moment you first proved who you are. What makes the Yoti Lucidity demonstration different from a dozen other digital ID pilots is interoperability. A credential from Yoti ID works inside the Lucidity system. A credential from Post Office Easy ID works too. These aren't walled gardens. The QR code on your phone can be verified online or offline by any participating business without that business needing a contract with your specific provider. That's the difference between a loyalty card that only works at one chain and a credit card that works everywhere. And this isn't theoretical. According to UK-based analyst firm Good Intelligence, reusable digital identity verification represents a global market opportunity forecast at $11.4 billion by 2030. That number tells you where institutional money believes the industry is headed towards systems that reduce vendor lock-in, not increase it. The next battleground in biometric identity isn't whether the AI can match your face more accurately. It's whether your face needs to be matched at all, more than once. So here's what this comes down to. Your face gets checked one time, when you first set up your digital ID. After that, every age check is just math, a cryptographic yes or no that reveals nothing else about you. And because the system is interoperable, that single credential works across multiple providers and businesses, not just one. Whether you're someone who verifies identities for a living or someone who just wants to buy a bottle of wine without handing over your home address, the shift is the same. Your face is becoming the key that opens the door once, and then the door remembers you were allowed in. The full story's in the description if you want the deep dive.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.